Hey cuties, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Young in the General Hospital edition. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's get right into this. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this a 7.5. Today is Wednesday, June the 8th, 2022. Mm-mm. Now, we're going to, okay, let's start with Brit. Brit is spiraling. And honestly, I like Brit, so I really don't like the way that there's two characters on here today that I'm not really like. Britt is spiraling and she's trying to call and apologize to her mom. Her mom's not picking up because Lisa is like, I want better for you and you don't want better for yourself. And so she talks to Terry and she's like, Terry, fix this. Do what you got to do to fix this. She was a shrew to Terry. And so she tried to call Terry back. Terry's not answering. She says, I know you're probably filtering board calls from the board. She's in trouble because like she acted irrationally and she's not understanding that this is your fault. Like the guy might have parachuted into you, and that part okay, but you being drunk, that's all on you. So she's upstairs spiraling in her hotel room when Brooklyn and Brad meet up at the Metro Court. They're still in the same pool place everybody's been at forever at this Metro Court, and they are enjoying, I guess, drinks and everything. And Brad tells Brooklyn he's the one that he was a little tipsy, and he sent the video to an influencer in Brooklyn. They act like Brooklyn was just gonna read him down, but she was just like, Brad, like you're not a good friend doing that. Like who does that? And she's right. And Brad said, well, I didn't know it was going to turn into this or whatever. And so then they see Cody. And so when they see Cody, they're like, oh my gosh, he's handsome. I don't see it. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see this with Cody. Because to me, he looks like a user. Like he look like he's a not a user, but like a well, I guess a user because I was about to say bum. But he looks like a bum or something, like one of those people. Okay, let me tell you. So Brooklyn has to leave. Okay, Brooklyn, she's gone. So Brad and Cody are talking, and he tells him, "I'll get the drink or whatever." He's like, "Can you charge?" Because he tells people, "Can you charge my drink to my room? Oh, can you do this?" And I was like, it was clear he didn't have any money. So Brad was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll get it charged to Selena Wu and all that." And so Britt has come up at that point, and Brad and Cody were just yip yapping, talking or whatever, and so then Cody and Brad and Britt, no love lost here, or whatever. So she goes, oh, she tells Brad, "Let me speak to you." So while she's gone, this is why I say he looks like a user, a bum or something, like one of those people that's just going, that doesn't. He's just freeloader is I guess what I'm trying to say, because he gonna say, "Hey, give me another one of these drinks and put it on that same tab and give yourself a nice tip, sir." Like what? And so Britt and Brad talk, and he just asks Britt, "I'm not holding y'all long on this. Are you? So what's going on? Because you're spiraling, and like, what is it?" And she don't want to talk about it. She's just like she has to get her life together, but right now she's concerned about her job. And why would Brad do this video and stuff? And he apologizes. He didn't know it was gonna go like this. So then Cody comes over and he tells them, you know um are you done fussing at him or whatever? And then Selena Wu comes up and she tells Brad, "I need to speak to you." So she takes Brad away, and then that leaves Cody and Britt to talk or whatever. And I'm just gonna wrap this up. He just tells her, she's getting all these emails from the board. They're upset, and she says, "Oh, I should sue." And he said, "You should sue." And that's how it wrapped up with Cody and Britt. So then we see Brad goes and he talks to Selena Wu, and she tells him, "You're doing a good job." She's pleasantly surprised. He's doing a really great job at the job he has, and he said he liked it. He didn't realize he was going to like it, and he's ready to do more. She said, "No, pump your brakes, Brad. You can't go all out with it. You got to earn trust." She said, "But you got to earn a little trust, and we'll see about it." And she says, "I'm family. Like, why do you want to do more?" And he said, "We're family." And she says, "I've been burned by family." And he was like, "Well, tell me, like, how?" But she didn't tell him or whatever. But she's gonna give him some more opportunities as the time comes, and he continues to prove himself. That's it with them, y'all. So then we go over here to Sasha. God, I hate the way they're doing Sasha. So Gladys on Sasha, like she not letting her out of her sights. So Sasha is just she needs a break from Gladys. And so she's wanting to go out, but Gladys is like, where you go, I follow. So she can't get away from Gladys. So then they get a knock at the door. Is at the door. It's a delivery package, and it's actually one of Liam's. Oh, hey, mama, one of Liam's old, not old, but shoes she had ordered. They were on back order, and she did it as a joke. She knew they were too big. Sasha did, but she did it as a joke for Brendo. And so then we see, that she's upset about this. She's thinking about Liam and thought, oh, I thought he was gonna grow into him. So this makes her really emotional and upset. And so then Sasha she gets another knock at the door, and it's Brooklyn. And Gladys was like, oh, I'm glad you're here. And Brooklyn was like, you're never happy to see me. But then she understands why when she sees how upset Sasha is. So seeing this, Brooklyn tries to comfort Sasha and everything, saying, oh, it must have been hard to get the shoes. And so Sasha was like, what you doing here? And she was talking, we got the heart to heart, we're gonna be on there, we got an hour special, and we can sell our products. She said, but we don't have to talk about this now. Sasha was like, she wants a distraction. So she was like, please, let's talk about this. And she says, okay, what do we have to do? And she said, really, it's just you. You have to go on air and sell these products. And Sasha has stage fright. Why they don't see this or not getting this, I don't understand. And she should just speak up. But I guess she feels like I'm the face of deception. I can't tell them I have stage fright. But I feel like if she would at least say something, they would be more empathetic and sympathetic for her, and it would go better because they would be there to support her knowing she has stage fright. Some of these storylines could be wrapped up just by one simple conversation, and that's the how I feel about Sasha. Y'all made this girl turn into what's going it look, because she's going to need more drugs, because she's not going to be able to do this without the drugs. A pill head. Y'all have turned this girl into an addict on pills. Over it, like Tasha's been through so much. I just want her to be happy. I want her to have a family with Brendo, and the only thing that really worked her nerves was Gladys. You know what I mean? But anyway, so Sasha says, give me just a minute, because you could see her anxiety was going through the roof, and she goes to the bathroom and everything, and Gladys is like, where are you going? She says, to the bathroom, Gladys. So then Brooklyn tells Gladys about how hard it was when she gave up Bailey, and she tells the story about how she had to go into the nursery for a toy for Wiley, and she saw something to Bailey, and it was very difficult, because she missed Bailey. And she said, so she can only imagine what Sasha's going through, having lost her child. But then she does ask Gladys, what's going on with Sasha, because you seem really concerned about her, more so than, just her being upset or whatever. And Sasha, Gladys just says, we're family, if she's I'm overly concerned and everything, that's all. And so Sasha and Brooklyn work on, everything. Sasha pulls herself together, and they work on everything, and everything is all good. So Brooklyn leaves, and it's just Sasha and Gladys there. And Gladys is in another room, maybe the bathroom or something. And Sasha is taking a pill, but it's not a drug. It's not anything. It's not forming, habit forming. I think it's just like a pill. And Gladys comes in and she knocks them out of her hands, and in walks Brendo. So now they're gonna have to explain this. Um, so then we saw that. So then we see Drew and Dante talk, and they're just not Drew. Dante and Brendo talk, because he says it's sunny here. He was like he had to handle something, and so Brando talks about the new guy, and he was like, I don't know, it's just something about him. Like, I've seen that type before, the type that wants to please the boss and would do something reckless. So they say, Sonny's been having these problems, and I heard him talking about Michael, and they say, let's go over there then. So Dex is over there at Michael's. I don't know what he think he doing, but he over there at Michael's or whatever. And Michael's like, "Do I know you? What's going on?" Like he looking like he don't know who Dex is. And so in walks Brendo and Dante, and they're like, let's what do you do? Because Dex had told Michael, you don't know me, but he was like, is there a problem or something like that? And he was like, yeah, I'm here to solve it, or I'm here to take care of it or whatever. And they was like, how you plan on doing that, or what you trying to do? Because Brendo and Dante walked in. So Dante talks to Michael, and he was like, because Michael had told him, this is private property, you need to leave. And so Dante says, did you invite him on this property, Michael? He says, no. He's like, this is private property, you need to go. And Dex was like, okay, I'm leaving. And Brando said, I'm gonna follow you, because he going back to Sonny's. Brando said, I'm gonna follow him. So this leaves Michael and Dante to talk, and it's the same conversation. Michael wants to hurt Sonny. He was like, Dante said that he's been having problems with his shipments and all that. You got something to do with that? He was like, it's an open business, it's legal and all that kind of stuff. And Michael's doing it, and Dante tells Michael, why can't Nina can't see Wiley? You won. You're not. You don't have to have anything to do with Sonny. You don't want anything to do with Sonny. Why can't you leave it go? Let it go at that. And at this point, I'm frustrated watching it too, because it's just like this storyline is just, it makes no sense. This is a non-existent storyline. Y'all are causing problems when there are no problems. If Michael doesn't want to deal with Sonny, leave Sonny alone. And he was like, but why do you have to take it this far? And he was like, because he abandoned his family. He forgot about his code. And I just be thinking like, so if Jason was there, would you be going after Jason too? Because Jason was like he was a killer. He was a murderer. But you were cool with that. And you were talking about, I want to make the Corinthos name. I don't want my son knowing his granddad was a mobster and whatever. Well, then just be a Quartermain. Just be a Quartermain. Don't hold the Corinthos name. Don't have anything to do with Sonny. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just, this storyline is just so ridiculous, and I'm over it. Michael's a brat. He was a brat as a child. He's a brat as an adult. He's just whining because he didn't get his way. Because you were perfectly fine with Sonny being a mobster as long as he was with your mama. It was all good, and you were perfectly fine with that. But because he chose Nina or whatever, you and these fans are all upset about it. And it's like, oh my God, let it go. Let it go. It's been months now. Let it go. But that's my rant for the day on that. So, anyways, Dante is just like, you sound just like Sonny. You say you want your son to be to proud or whatever, but what you want him to be like a ruthless businessman that hurts other people, because it's not just Sonny you're hurting, sir. There's a lot of people. He was like, what about that man at the docks that lost his job? He said, we all know he was on the take or whatever. Michael always can justify whatever he's doing, and that's why I can't stand him. He can always justify his wrongdoing, but he can never give anyone any grace or anything. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing it, honestly. So Dante leaves because he's like, I'm not getting anywhere with this boy. And all these people in the comments talking about Dante needs to mind his business. Like, if you want to claim Sonny as your dad, then that is his business. You want to claim his dad as your dad, then that is his business, and he has every right to tell Michael, what are you doing? So then Dex follows, Dex goes back over to Sonny's, and Brendo follows him, and they just let him know that what Dex had done as far as going over to Michael's and everything. And Dex said, Dex said I wasn't gonna rough him up. He was gonna be fine. We're gonna kill him or anything. He was gonna be fine eventually or whatever. I wasn't gonna do anything. Sonny said, don't you ever. My children are off limits. Like, what's wrong with you, boy? My children are off limits. Don't ever do that. I'll kill you myself messing with my children or whatever. And so He tells Dex, "You stay over here. Let me talk to Brando." So he tell Brando, How did you know?" And he was like, "I don't know. I just got a weird vibe. I get a weird vibe off this guy. Like he just real trying to impress the boss or whatever." I said, "Brando, keep going with your vibe because I don't trust Dex." And so Sonny is all like, "All right, thank you for taking care of this. Now you go home and be with your beautiful wife." So then Sonny go over there and he tell Dex, "My children are off limits. Don't you ever do that again. All you have to do is take my orders, and that's it. Take my orders. If I tell you, he didn't say this, but I'm telling you what he was saying. If I tell you jump, you say you just jump. You don't even ask me how high, you just jump, and I'll tell you how high to jump." That's what Sonny was saying. And so then he turned his back on Dex, and Dex said, "I can't do that." And I said, "Oh, wait a minute, Dex, what you trying to say?" And Dex said, "You don't want a puppet, a robot. You want somebody who will be able to think on their feet and do this." And Sonny said, I don't trust you. You haven't earned that right." And I said, "See, right here, Sonny, let him go." Like I don't trust him. Go ahead and let him go because he already like. Why are you trying to say what Sonny needs? You don't like. He told you what he needed, and Sonny said the same thing. "I told you what I needed. I said what I wanted you to do. I told you why I hired you. I don't want you to do anything else." And he was like, "So I get another chance, Mr. Corinthos?" "Oh, thank you so much, boss." And said, "All right, Sonny, believe this if you want to, but you really need to go on Brando's feelings about this man." So then Dex leaves or whatever, and Dante comes up and he said, "Who is Dex? What you know about him?" And Sonny says, "He not gonna be a problem. Please, Dante, please look into Dex." Now I was like, well, who supposed to be Jason? Because they had said they bringing Josh Kelly on, but he supposed to be like, some people were saying he's supposed to be his character is going to go into the new Jason, and that makes more sense that would happen because something is about Cody that Dante does not want us to know because he's trying to get him out of town. And I said, well, if you're going to be the new Jason or whatever, don't bring him over so he can get Dex out of here. Why? Because Dex goes and meets with Michael again, and I said, why is he back with Michael? And he said, let me tell you. So he goes and meets with Michael again, and Michael is like a second time today. And then Michael said, "My family, don't you ever come to my family's home again. They're off limits or whatever." He said, "That's the second time I've heard that. I heard something similar or whatever." And he says, "How's everything going?" He said, "Everything's good." He thinks I'm taking all his orders, boss. The man, you hired me to infiltrate the organization, and that's what he doing. And I said, I knew this couldn't be trusted. The first time Sonny brought him in and Sonny told him to wait outside because Ava came in, remember? And Brando came in and he was asking all these questions to Frank, like, who is Brando? That's his cousin. That's Sonny's cousin. Why you asking all these questions? But that's what it is, y'all. All right, Michael, keep going down this path. I don't think this going to work out how you think. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys on the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Even if you don't subscribe, that's okay. Just hit that like button for me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.